Okay, so part two, talking about your purpose and how to identify or know if you're on the right track for your purpose. That can only come from a conversation between you, the three parts of you: body, mind, spirit. Spirit being the heart, body, mind, and heart. And that heart being connected to the Creator. And it's not really something that you have to ask for, because as I mentioned in the earlier video, that the tools you need for your purpose have already been given to you. So there are several ways that you can get to that. The first thing that I would say, and this is where I would start anyway, is there's three words, and actually it's on a little, you probably can't see it. Let's see, can you see it back there? But anyway, I have different little sayings up, but it says, be here now. And what that means for me is being present in the moment. So often we are running from place to place. I got to get to work. I got to get this and da da da. And then on the way there, you get an interruption because of traffic or a phone call or a crazy text or something like that. And so before you know it, it's bedtime and it's time to go to bed. You're exhausted and whatever. And the day has gone by and you haven't even noticed yourself. You haven't even taken a moment to breathe in and notice what's going on with you. Most of the time, when we identify what's going on with us, the only time we actually snap out of autopilot, which is how most of us operate on a day-to-day, the only time we actually snap out of autopilot is when we snub our toe. So you're walking, you hit your toe on the table, damn it! Now all of a sudden you're awake. You needed to wake up. Or you slip, or something happens to jar us awake. It is possible to be awake all the time. I don't care what you do. I don't care whether you like your job, you don't like your job, you don't have a job. It is possible to be present in the moment. Be present to your body. How do I feel? Be present to your heart. So how do I feel physically? To your heart, how do I feel emotionally? And then to your mind, how do I feel mentally? And be present. And sometimes my way of doing that is quiet time, meditation, reading. There's a great book that I have, and I'll get up and actually grab that. Actually, I already grabbed it because I looked at it this morning during my meditation. But it's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a great, great book. And it helps in a quiet meditation time for you to kind of bring it into self. So that's kind of the beginning. There are definitely a lot more parts to your purpose. But here is the thing. The Creator knows the purpose of the creation, right? If I create something, I know why I created that and what I was trying to accomplish. Similarly, on a much higher level, the Creator knows what He was trying to accomplish when you were created. And so the way to get there is to check in. And you're not going to be able to check in through somebody else. You're going to need to check in directly. That's quiet time. That's talking. Some people call it prayer. Whatever you call that time, that's the time. You know what it is. Whatever popped in your mind that you're like, I haven't been doing that. I haven't been doing, whatever that thing is. I have several things. The ways that I communicate and talk to God, with animals, with nature. I go and I walk the nature trails. And during that time, the trees, the leaves, the sun, like I can go there and just feel better, because I know that that's tied to my purpose. Connecting with other people. But again, that's connecting with other people for me is after I've already identified what my purpose is so that I am whole and complete. And then I have something that I can share with someone else. But until I actually have that time for me, I have to keep people out, because let me just say, the energy that it takes to connect with others, actually, oftentimes, well, for me, oftentimes drains of the energy that I need to sustain my purpose, right? So in order for me to have that excess energy to be able to share with someone else, or to, in my case, I feel emotions with people. So when I'm talking to someone, or especially in a real one-on-one or in a group setting, I actually feel the emotions of everybody in the group. And that's draining for me. So if you know me, you know I'm a real big one-on-one kind of person. And that can be draining too with certain people. But what I do is I'm very selective about the time that I give myself and the time that I give my creator, which is my walking in the trails time. If I've shared some of that, I'm going to share. I had a funny episode with that. I'll probably share that later. But those times are critical, and that is time for restoration and replenishment for me, so that I can have something to give to others. So that's just one way to that's kind of my way that I'm sharing. But I would just say, if there were one thing that I would tell someone to do if you're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing? Because usually there's not a blank slate. You have 1, 2, 3 things that I should be doing this, or I should be doing that, or I should be doing that. It's not like an infinite list. And so what I would do is go into that quiet time and go into how you feel when you're doing each of those things, and then move towards that feeling. The power of vision, the power of meditating on the feeling that's attached to what it is that you love, or what it is that you are being called to. That power is undeniable. And it is that power that moves the universe and moves things toward you and opens the door. But here's the caution that I would have there. When you get in that power and you meditate on it and you put the energy, and even if it's just one thing a day or 2 things a day that you set aside that you're going to do, and you're going to be present in doing it, you're going to experience it when you do it. When you get there and you see things moving towards you in that way, be ready. Because the mind is going to start throwing stuff out. Oh, you don't need to do that. Oh, if you do that, you're not going to have any money. Well, how are you going to live? Well, what are you going to do? And blah, 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 all that stuff, all that garbage, all that conditioning. It's going to come up, and it's going to come up loud. The only thing that I would say is the key to getting past that is preparation and knowing it's coming. Knowing it's coming, and speak to, you know what? Mine, don't even try it. I knew you were coming with that today. One of the first thing that's on my calendar, and I'm going to share this little nugget too, that's on my calendar every day. My calendar pops up with what's going on, my appointments, and, whatever, my key things that I'm working on that day. And all those things kind of pop up on my calendar. Not just like I got to print it out, but literally it pops up with reminders. And the very first thing that pops up on my calendar is disidentify from the mind. Because if I start my morning out with that mess, I won't get shit done. Nothing. So I've got to stop that at the gate. Like, when somebody's for real, they say on site. You got to stop that on site. The negative talk, the discouragement, the you can't do it, the scarcity mindset, out the door with it. Cut it off. Cut people off who have it. Literally. Not in a negative way. Not in a way to judge or to push anybody back. That's not where that's coming from. That's coming from protecting your energy, protecting your positivity, and protecting your mindset. That's the most important initially, especially when you are moving towards your purpose. You need clarity of mind. You need clarity of body. So how you eat. I woke up this morning with the coughs and the whole bronchitis feeling. And the minute, and along with all that garbage talk, right? So all the trash is coming to the top. That's exactly what was happening. And it was affecting the body. And immediately, nope, stop, not going there, not stopping, none of it. I'm going to go with what I'm being called to do. That's what I'm going to do. So the body, that also involves eating right, taking multivitamins, and making sure you have the necessary minerals. And I am not the specialist in any of that, but all of that information can be found on YouTube. All kind of doctors are out there talking about what's healthy for different body types. So go out there, find out what fits you. How the body will heal itself if you give it the right tools. So that's what I'm working on. My diet stinks right now, but I'm moving towards it. So we said the mind, the body, and the heart, the spirit. And I said it in that order. I don't know why sometimes, because I guess the mind is leading, which is like very dangerous. And so maybe that was why I said it in that order, so I could point that out. But the heart, by far, the heart, the spirit, that is where we want to lead from. Right now, probably in your life, the result of your life is the mind leading. So if you're not happy with where you are, that's because the mind has led you to that point. So you've got to shift the driver. Okay, so let's make the mind the passenger, and let's make the heart or the spirit the driver. And then let's make our creator our navigation system. And I think if we do that, we move closer to the right direction. With that, I literally am going to work. Have a great day and love you. Smooches, like and subscribe. If there's someone that you know needs to hear this, please pass it along, share it, tell them about the page so they can come check it out. I'm going to do these little logs. I keep saying these little short. They're not so short because I'm a little chattery. But anyway, this is going to be part of my kind of daily thing. At least that's the plan. I will also then add, of course, once I get all dressed up and ready and get in mindset and working, I'll be adding videos regarding business and taxes and things like that people may ask me. And so if I get a call and a question, I'll probably post videos throughout the day on those things as well. So with that, thank you for joining in, and again, like and subscribe, hit the bell so that you can be notified when I post additional videos. Love you, smooches, love yourself, love somebody else. Have a great day.